Boom. Meredith Powell, welcome. Misha Oliver, Tina G, Fox Hill Dreams, Maureen Otto, Susie Brizuela, Chrissy M, Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio, Laurie B, Stella Baxter, Kathleen Cross, Cha-Cha, Veronica Tello, and me, BDD, in the Heezy. Hey. Bernadette, Nurse Mitch, Cindy C, Harry Paratestes, Punxsutawney Mo, Trump Reaper, Cadbury, Cecile Cazzini, Scribble My Dibbles, Mia to you, Stefan Me Balls, Grab Life by the Cherries, Julian Goutier, oh, look at this. Eagle Star 747. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka BrooklynDad, and this is Storytime. Bling, bling. Okay, welcome everybody. I see Sheila Bird is here. Also, Pam Ham, Lee Saunders, Marie from New Jersey, Wojo Mom is here. And I want to welcome, we got a friend here, Eagle Star 747 is an interesting comment here. It says, hey everyone, it's the only totally blind subscriber and hashtag DACA Dreamer here on this channel. That is fantastic. We have a special guest here. We hope you come on back. We hope you enjoy at least the audio that I can provide. Apologies for my sometimes over-the-top voice. Let's see. So Eagle Eye, welcome to you. Samantha Hawkins is here. What day is today? Today's Wednesday, aka Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. Guys, I almost did not make it here today. I almost did not make it over the hump. You see what I did there? Yeah, no. I'm experiencing severe back pain. Severe lower left back, for which I took a painkiller, and then it made me nauseous, which I am still a bit nauseous, also still in pain. That painkiller did nothing. Nothing. So I'm here because I can't quit, you guys. Lisa Hathaway is here. And before we get into anything else, let's just do a quick run-up of our stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
President Biden made an important and powerful speech on voting rights. We'll discuss if that even helps move the needle. Adam Kinzinger, he's got some things on his mind, some things to say, and he's pulling the covers and breaking hearts on Ray Epps. Matt Gaetz could be in some trouble. Looks like indictments may be near. Our guessing game today is called Guess the Word. Yes, guess the word. It's that simple. And last but not least, you asked for it, you got it. Today's Raggedy Bish is none other than Boris Johnson. Let's see. What do you call it? Trump Reaper was asking me if this is lumbar. I don't know. It's on this side. It's on my lower left side, and when I stand up, it feels like somebody just struck me with an aluminum bat as hard as they could. It is painful. If I remain seated, or even if I'm sitting and I move forward too much, if I bend over, yeah, it's painful. So, as the doctor would say, don't bend over. Don't do it. Okay, let's see. Ra-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on into our random chill tunes and our random stuff. Let's go. So, you guys know I am on the Whole 30. This is day 3, the full day 3, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that I had dropped about 3 pounds when I stepped on the scale this morning. Now, some folks, because, after I post a tweet, I do often, go through my thread, because I like to engage with folks, and I also want to see if I can peel off some trolls as well. And I had some comments. People were like, you didn't really lose 3 pounds. Did you take a dump? Did you blah, 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 blah? I'm like, what? Like, yeah, dude, of course I lost 3 pounds. And, did I take a dump? If you're taking a dump that weighs 3 pounds, you probably have some medical issues. Anyway, for me, seeing that, whether it's a mirage or not, I don't care. Hey, it says I lost 3 pounds. This whole past 5 months, I've only seen the scale go up. I've never seen it go down, let alone down by 3 pounds. So, booyaka! Minus 3 pounds today. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys, right? Remember I told you back in August, I had bought some pants, some new slacks, and I liked them, and then all of a sudden, after I quit smoking, I noticed that I couldn't fit these slacks anymore. Slacks, that's what the old heads say. They say slacks. Here's one of them, right? I wanted to show you. Now, these you might say, hey, BrooklynDad, those are kind of snazzy. Yes, they are. They totally remind me of when I was in high school. I used to wear these slacks called Benetton. You ever heard of that? Benetton? One of my classmates gave me like 3 pairs of Benetton slacks. Gave me. These kids were rich, And here's another pair. This is very nice. I like it so much. It's lovely. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. So, those are the slacks that made me want to do this Whole 30 so I can fit in them again. I'm not trying to buy another pair of pants that's a size bigger. Hell no. Okay. So, meanwhile, wifey is like a maestro. Let me just take a minute to talk about how skilled my wife is at, like, not just cooking, but like playing with food, right? You have to have a certain mentality, and it's not a male or female thing. I know plenty of dudes who can throw down in the kitchen, right? But I'm thoroughly impressed with how she just goes in there fearless. Like, just give me some ingredients and some good light and let me rock this show. And she did. So this is a turkey sandwich, right? That she made with romaine lettuce. So the romaine lettuce is big, great big leaves. She puts the turkey inside. So the lettuce is like the bread. Yeah. And then she put this garlic aioli, I think it's called. It's kind of like mayo. I'm not a big fan of mayo, but I trust her wholeheartedly with whatever I consume. So I'm eating it. Tomatoes, peppers, and that's it. It was fantastic. Fantastic filling, right? I ate 3 of those, and I'm good. And then last night for dinner, she sliced up potatoes, right? Sliced. Also, not a big fan of potatoes. Fun fact, I like potato chips. I like French fries. Not a fan of potatoes, baked potatoes. No. But again, I trust her wholeheartedly. So she sliced up these potatoes, put some seasoning on them, then put them on a cookie sheet. And then, hey, Meredith Powell, thank you, my friend, for the donation. And welcome, Jamie from Wisconsin. I see you there. I see you. And then she also made some carrots. She boiled up some carrots and sweet potatoes, right? And then, oh, sticky taco! Meredith Powell, you have summoned the sticky taco. So this is the after. I showed you the before. This is the after. She threw it all together, and she made, oh shit, she made tacos! Hey, yo, the timing of sticky taco and my topic was perfect. Holy shit. Yeah, so the potatoes served as the scoop thing for the meat. You see where the spoon is? The spoon that's the chopped meat, because you can eat meat. We are also allowed to eat potato. And yeah, it was delicious. Fantastic. I love it. Hello, Jen Murphy. I see you there. Very good. Very good. Let's see. Meredith Powell said, totally planned. Yeah, so last night, as I was eating the tacos, wifey and I decided to watch In the Heat of the Night, you know, in honor of the great actor we just lost, Sidney Poitier. This movie is a bona fide masterpiece. Bona fide. You know, it's like a little pocket of time. When you watch these old movies that, like, you know, they're not just period pieces, but, you know, they're filmed relatively close to the time that the movie is supposed to have taken place. This takes place in Mississippi, right? Where Sidney Poitier happens to be visiting his mother, and he's at a train station on his way home, and suddenly a murder happens. Now, it just so happens that Sidney Poitier is a highly skilled homicide police officer, right? Highly skilled. And these folks are mostly, pardon the phrase, but they call them rednecks, yeah? These are people who don't take kindly. This is one of those towns he finds himself in. The name of the town was Sparta. This is one of those towns where they say, you seem like you far from home, boy. Boy, actually. Grown man, boy. Doesn't matter how old you are, they were calling you boy, and that was the nicer thing they could call you. Anyway, long story short, he ends up staying there to help them solve this murder. And my favorite part, my all-time favorite part, aside from him saying, they call me Mr. Tibbs, like, you want to rewind, because he says that the guy asks him, what they call you, boy, because his first name is Virgil. Virgil, that's a funny name. What they call you, where you from, boy? And he says, they call me Mr. Tibbs. It's great. It's great. Anyway, my favorite part is this part here. Um, yeah, I can tell you. I can tell you. The dude on the left is like a very rich guy who lives in that town, and he, has his affairs in that town, whatever. And he found himself smacking with the back of his hand, smacking Sidney Poitier, and Sidney Poitier just smacked him right back. It's beautiful. Love this movie. Check it out if you get the chance. It is now streaming on HBO. You guys know I'm stuck now on a Seinfeld watching spree or whatever. Yeah, I started watching an episode 1, season 1, and now is this the first time a black man slaps a white man? It's not the first time, it won't be the last time, but it was a big deal, I guess. Yeah, and thank you, Jen Murphy. Rod Steiger was incredible. The movie actually has a nice arc for Rod Steiger, who kind of looks like Archie Bunker, who ended up, Archie Bunker, playing Rod Steiger's role in the TV show In the Heat of the Night. Anyway, back to Seinfeld. You guys know when I start watching a show, that's all I'm watching, and I'm like obsessive about it. And, I've been watching Seinfeld, and, these are the stupidest, most selfish goddamn 4 people that you could ever know. These are like the worst 4 friends that you could possibly ever have. Jerry cares about nothing and nobody except for like the most trivial distractions. George is a neurotic sociopath who fails upwards somehow. And at one point, he tries to set a date with Marissa Tomei right after his fiancée is buried. In fact, wait, she wasn't even buried yet. He's unreal. Elaine is selfish and violent. Kramer is a parasitic hipster doofus, as Elaine refers to him. Hey, philosophy, I see it, my friend. Corey Lord, you too. So last night I posed a question about Kramer. I said, how the hell does he even survive? He's not working. He doesn't have a job. He just, he just mooches off of Jerry. He like eats his food, but who's paying his rent? How is he surviving? Yes, parasitic, because I say he's a mooch. He mooches off of Jerry. And so it was trending all day. Kramer was trending on Twitter. And that's it. That's it for the random stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Trump Reaper says he was a cocaine dealer. Oh, here's Nurse Mitch says Kramer is a trust fund baby. I saw that from a lot of people. Like many people were commenting that he's a trust fund baby. Not sure. Kimberly Moss, I see you. Welcome. Oh shit! Here's a fun fact from Samantha Hawkins about that movie that Sidney Poitier was in the Heat of the Night. She says Sidney Poitier only agreed to do the movie as long as any release version of the movie included the slap. That knowledge makes the experience of having watched it. That's my second time watching it. Oh, philosophy! Thank you for the donation, my friend. That was my second time watching In the Heat of the Night. I could easily watch it 2 more times and still enjoy it. It's a great movie. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Lisa Hathaway says she recalls watching an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer sued a coffee shop because the coffee was hot. And he burned himself. It was his own damn fault. And he lost the lawsuit. Well, he didn't lose the lawsuit as much as they were willing to give him 50 grand. But they started to say, we're going to give you free coffee at any of our locations. And he stands up, shakes their hands and said, I'll take it. before letting them finish saying, we'll also give you 50 grand. So, yeah. So it's amazing that that dude manages to survive despite how stupid he is. Maital Cabelli says, Union from Bagel Store pays his rent. Okay. Here we go. Let's jump on into our quick hits. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you summer bee. Quick hits. Now, there's nothing I enjoy more than watching somebody like quit their job, but like do it in a nuclear way, just blow up every possible bridge you can blow up, just one of those things. Oh my goodness. And it feels like that's what Adam Kinzinger is doing right now. Adam Kinzinger is all out of F's to give. He's all out of them. You know, he's not running for re-election. He's already announced and decided that I'm done. You know, he's not running for re-election, so he doesn't care, you know, and that freedom is a beautiful thing to behold. So he is participating in the January 6th Select Committee, but he's also like taking pot shots at Trump, at anyone and everything who means something to Trumpers. Let's see, this tweet here. All this talk about, wait, I gotta blow this up. Hang on, it's too small. All this talk about January 6th from real Donald Trump and other congressional grifters is simply explained. They will raise money and gain followers by blaming everyone else, knowing full well they can't do anything. It's sad and an utter scam. Yeah, he's just peeling back the covers and showing everybody what he does. It's a beautiful thing to behold. So, in addition to that, as I told you guys the other day, there is an individual that Trumpers and conservatives have seized upon. It's somebody by the name of Ray Epps. Ray Epps, as we discussed the other day, is a guy who has, on January 5th and January 6th, showed up in multiple places and says, hey, on January 6th, we're going into the Capitol. We're going into, like he stressed, we're going, not just going to the Capitol, but we're going into. And this is what, you know, conspiracy theorists seized upon as, it was a Fed. This was a setup. Yeah, he tricked you into breaking the law. Huh? That's what he did. You're mad because, can you be that easily hornswaggled and tricked into breaking the law? Is that where you live? Anyway, the other day, Adam Kinzinger announces on Twitter, he says, I know this will break some hearts. For a few months, people like Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, and now Ted Cruz have been just asking questions about a man named Ray Epps. 2, he was on video the day before January 6th saying, we're going into the Capitol. Some in the crowd chanted, Fed, Fed, Fed. Why? Who knows? Maybe they knew he was video talking about breaking into the Capitol the day before it was to happen and wanted to create distance. The narrative on January 6th has been that it's first Antifa or patriots who love their country, maybe it's crisis actors, definitely false flag operatives, or now FBI agents. Take your pick. Truth is, they were rioters incited by lies. And Ray is no Fed, just another misled man. End of story. End of story. And it was just glorious to see all the replies, but he genius. No, he's not, dude. There's some people were like, how do you know? He's on the committee. He knows. He has access to this information. The other day, I believe it was yesterday or Monday, the, the craziest thing happened where, what's her name? Lauren Boebert thought that that Rachel Maddow was afraid to have this this intellectually challenged individual, Madison Cawthorn, on her show. She said Rachel Maddow is terrified of debating Madison Cawthorn. They know they can't win when faced with conservative ideas, so they have to keep their sad echo chamber going. But did she not know that Madison Cawthorn is a moron, number one, and number two, Rhodes Scholar Rachel Maddow could debate Madison Cawthorn, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Matt Gaetz, all four at the same time in a deep, deep sleep. You could probably lobotomize Rachel Maddow, and she would still beat them all in a debate. Just utterly ridiculous. Now, the big news, the interesting news today was that the former guy, Spanky McDumbass, granted NPR an interview. I'm curious about this. I'm curious because, NPR, that is not a Trump-friendly audience. It's not. So I guess NPR took the opportunity to bring him on and possibly, boost their ratings a ton. But I don't see what Spanky gains from going into the lion's den and being asked like real questions by a real journalist. None of these, softballs or whatever. And I haven't gotten to listen to the whole thing, but I did get some snippets of it. I don't have it with me, but anyway. So Spanky was incensed by the end of the interview because this reporter, Steve Inskeep, kept pushing him on the election lies that he's been telling. And so, yeah, he didn't walk out because this was over the phone. So he did just abruptly hang up the phone and end the interview, but not before saying these wonderful things. Things like, personally, I feel very comfortable having taken the vaccines. I've had absolutely no reverberations. He's had no reverberations from having taken the vaccine. None whatsoever. I'm not reverberating at all. If you look at the numbers, if you look at the findings in Arizona, if you look at what's going on in Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, by the way, and take a look at Wisconsin, they're finding things that nobody thought possible. What? Oh my goodness. That's his go-to. By the way, they're finding things that nobody thought possible. Like, they're not finding anything, bro. This has already been litigated over and over and over, at least 64 different court cases. You're full of shit. How come Biden couldn't attract 20 people for a crowd? How come when he went to speak in different locations, nobody came to watch, but all of a sudden he got 80 million votes? So, 435 days after the election, the dude's still talking about crowd size. Still! Unreal. People have no idea how big this issue is, and they don't want it to happen again. So he's talking about election integrity. So, people have no idea. I got no idea how big election integrity is, but I definitely don't want it to happen again. Probably. Why is it that you think the vast majority of your ally... Oh, excuse me. That's not it. Steve Inskeep asked... Steve Inskeep said, why is it that you think that the vast majority of your allies in the United States Senate are not standing behind you on election fraud? And Spanky says, because Mitch McConnell is a loser. Mitch McConnell somehow won his last 7 elections. He is like the winningest senator in the United States Senate, but he's the loser. Mr. One-term, twice impeached loser. Get the hell out of here. Speaking of Mitch McConnell, who is pictured here watching a puppy dog being ripped to shreds by an alligator, Mitch oversaw the Senate during a time in which the president, from my friend Eagle Eye 747, I'm doing air quotes around the word president, oversaw the Senate during a time in which the president told over 20,000 lies, engaged in personal beefs with regular citizens, threw paper towels in Puerto Rico, and was impeached twice for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. But he had the audacity, Mitch McConnell had the audacity to say that President Biden's voting rights speech was profoundly unpresidential. The Democrats trying to do a power grab with his voting rights. There's nothing wrong with voting rights. Everybody got the right to vote. I don't see any problem. We don't need no new legislation. Yeah, we're going to talk about the legislation that is definitely needed at this point in time. Matt Gaetz's ex-girlfriend today testified to a grand jury in the child sex trafficking case facing the Florida congressman. It's been reported that she has been attempting to get immunity, for what she's got to share. And people close to the case are saying it appears likely that Captain Venmo will be indicted. We don't have confirmation on this yet, but, people who are familiar with the way these things go down with the grand juries, they're saying, it's not a matter of if, but when. So this is good news, but, stay tuned. We don't have an indictment date yet. But anyway, that's that for our quick hits, which weren't really all that quick today. And let's see. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay, it's time for our timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. Yeah, timeline cleanse. All right, let's jump right on into our timeline cleanses. This first one is basically a guy who's in a mascot uniform who can't seem to stay on his feet. Oh, because he's ice skating. Now, the first 10 or 15 seconds of this video, there's no audio, but you can just see he's slipped.
Dogs here?
It's like he can't stay up.
So you get to go home for the rest of the day.
He's not going to be much use to us, I don't think.
Needless to say, I didn't get my deposit back. Needless to say, I didn't get my deposit back. And Viper Mitsubishi is a proud sponsor of Golden Goat for Hockey.
Oh my God.
Are you okay? Because your nose broke.
What's wrong with us? Why is it so funny when people fall? I guess it's because you know he wasn't seriously hurt. Like if he fell and cracked his skull open, we wouldn't be laughing. But we're pretty sure his skull is intact. This next one is from our friend Philosophy, aka Jonathan Slater, and he said this is I guess it's a self-defense class, and he says that if he were in this self-defense class, he would be the last person online. Here we go. So we got fancy footwork, fancy punching, flying kicks, spinning kicks, slaps, and the next one. Oh, dude. Yeah, I think that guy, some guy's burner account, I think that may be a troll. Yeah. You guys know what to do with that. Thank you to my fantastical moderators. Last one. It's the delayed fall that's classic in that. Oh, Michelle says, we called the dummy Bob in karate. All right, this next and last one. So if you have ever gone to work out in a gym, right, and you're on the treadmill, most of us have usually stood or, worked out next to somebody who is just a damn show off on the treadmill. Wait, hold on. Hang on. Let's start that again. One more time. Come on, dude. We get it. You're very good at the walking and the dancing. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to make it for 5 minutes, catch my breath. I'm not gonna lie, the dude has definitely got some moves. That is fly as hell. Meek Speed says, I want to trip them so damn bad. All right, that's it for our timeline cleanse. Is it bad that you want him to fall? No, sir. No, it is not. All right. Let me take a moment to remind you guys who are watching. If you like what you see, if you're there and you're chatting or you're lurking in the background, please remember to hit that like button. Just smash it. Smash that like button as we get ready to jump into our main topic of the day. It is the voting rights showdown. As I mentioned earlier, yesterday, President Biden delivered a fiery and very necessary speech in Atlanta. It was necessary because voting rights is a real pressing concern that some activists believe should have been given more priority. It's also necessary because the clock is ticking steadily towards a 2022 election that could be marred by voter suppression efforts, being carried out across the country. Quite a few people pointed out one part of President Biden's speech yesterday where he asked people to pick a side.
How do you want to be remembered? At consequential moments in history, they present a choice. Do you want to be on the side of Dr. King or George Wallace? Do you want to be on the side of John Lewis or Bull Connor? Do you want to be on the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis? This is the moment to decide, to defend our elections, to defend our democracy. How do you want to?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You do have to choose a side. Now, he pointed out some well-known racists, Jefferson Davis, Bull Connor, and George Wallace, and juxtaposed them against, heroes, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, et cetera, et cetera. And he says, you got to choose what side of history you want to be on. And of course, a bunch of dull-witted Republicans, they love to point out, hey, Jefferson Davis was a Democrat, right? So was George Wallace. That's right. Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. They were Democrats, also known as Dixiecrats, who then left the Democratic Party, went into the Republican Party, huh? And if you think that's clever, check this out. Why is it that you guys want to keep statues of Democrats, like racist Democrats, like Jefferson Davis, up? When we talk about wanting to pull those statues down, you guys are ready to rip out your own teeth to keep statues of racist Democrats up. Huh? What's up with that? You don't care whether it's a Democrat or Republican. You just want to preserve the image of racism. Shut the hell up. The president also finally threw down the gauntlet and said that it may be time to do away with the filibuster. Excuse me, here we go.
We must find a way to pass these voting rights bills. Debate them, vote, let the majority prevail. And if that bare minimum is blocked, we have no option but to change the Senate rules, including getting rid of the filibuster for this. We must.
So yeah, this is a good thing. Finally, President Biden is full out on record saying we have to get rid of or revise the filibuster, carve it out or whatever. Now, I wish he had come out a little bit earlier, a lot earlier, in fact, and so did many prominent activists for voting rights. They felt like voting rights kind of get put on the back burner. People were not addressing it with the sense of urgency that it needs. And some people were saying that even Stacey Abrams, who was unable to attend yesterday's event, which is admittedly, that's strange because it was in Atlanta. That is literally Stacey Abrams' backyard. Why wouldn't she be there, right? But they were trying to imply that there's some kind of rift between President Biden, between the White House and Stacey Abrams. And, that couldn't be further from the truth. She did release a statement via Twitter. Excuse me. It says, I thank POTUS and VP for returning to Georgia to continue their steadfast advocacy for passage of federal legislation to protect the freedom to vote. They made clear again today that they are committed to restoring the Senate to safeguard our democracy. Now, I'm no politician, but that sure as hell does sound to me like there's no rift, there's no daylight between them. And that's good because we do not have time for infighting right now. We are looking at a stacked deck against us in the year 2022. So look at it this way. We've spent the past year poo-pooing Trumpers and right-wingers about, the stop the steal thing, right? They were saying the election was stolen from them, and we're telling them, you guys are morons, you're fools, idiots, blah blah blah. The election wasn't stolen, etc., etc. And now, after spending a year telling them that the election wasn't stolen, now we are staring down the barrel of a large scale state sanctioned election theft in 2022. And there will not be any fingerprints left behind on this one, ladies and gentlemen. And that's because, GOP, there's a whole lot of GOP led states that have been enacting sweeping laws that will limit things like it'll limit the number of drop boxes allowed in densely populated urban areas, or it will eliminate early voting, right? Early voting, it tends to favor the elderly and people of color because they tend to do that on Saturdays and Sundays because they can't get away from work. They can't take a day off from work or hour off from work to go vote. And as we know, with the reduced number of polling places, you end up spending hours and hours and hours online waiting to vote. And there are even some laws that allowing states to appoint partisan vote counters and overseers and election officials that can intimidate voters. This is a very big deal, So, yeah, while these efforts have been going on, it's not like we're completely without hope. We have guys, heroes in the party like Mark Elias. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mark Elias, but almost as soon as one new voter suppression law goes up in a state, he's got a lawsuit out against them. So, it's not like we're completely defenseless, but like I said, the deck is kind of stacked against us. If they're limiting the number of ballot drop boxes, let's say you've got a densely populated city that has 500,000 people of color, but only one drop box, what happens? Maybe everybody can't even reach that drop box because it's too far. That means fewer people get to exercise their right to vote. So, yeah, what are we going to do? We have to convince, when I say we, it's mostly President Biden and other senior Democrats have to lean on Senators Manchin and Sinema. Yeah. And tomorrow, President Biden is meeting with Democratic senators. And, we literally just need 50. We need 50 votes to carve out the filibuster. And that means just amend the filibuster just enough to allow us to pass the voting rights legislation. It's a very big deal. Sinema and Manchin are concerned that if we do revise the filibuster, that McConnell is going to reach into his magical bag of evil tricks and hurt us. But he's gonna do it anyway. He's been doing it all along. Or haven't you been paying attention to that time where he did that thing to push that Supreme Court justice through? Amy Coney Barrett, or the other one, or the time he denied President Obama the right to, come on. You can't not act because you're afraid that the other guy is going to do some wicked shit when you know he's doing wicked shit regardless of what you do. Stupid. Just do it. Do it. Meanwhile, there's another, Hail Mary possibility where there's a slim chance that the moderate members of the Republican Party, Susan Collins, Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski, maybe they can be convinced to vote in favor of, a modest carve out of the filibuster. It doesn't look likely for Mitt Romney as he's come out against President Biden's speech. I don't get it. These guys all sat and watched Donald Trump piss all over the integrity of the office of the president, and they're acting like, like Joe Biden took a dump on national TV. I really don't. I don't get it. So they are a long shot, but who knows? Maybe Lisa Murkowski, I think, could be a possibility. She's being attacked from the right. People on the right are attacking her with the help of the former guy, right? So I don't know. Maybe Schumer and President Biden can make a deal to help her get the votes that she needs to be reelected. You never know. Crazier things have happened. Crazier things have happened. So, what's the worst case scenario, huh? The worst case scenario is that the filibuster does not get carved out or abolished. The Voting Rights Act does not get passed. All of Mark Elias's lawsuits get thrown out. And then there is a historic loss for Dems in which we lose both the House and the Senate. And Trump ends up being appointed Speaker of the House. And then all the probes, all the investigations are dropped. And then the House then proceeds to impeach President Biden. I hope I didn't lose anybody in the last 2 minutes. I'm saying that is our worst case scenario. You got to give it to you straight, to know what to expect if the worst imaginable thing happens, right? That's everything. That's it. Scary, right? Scary. This is how you know how serious this situation is. It could all break that wrong way, possibly. Or or the best case scenario is that we do succeed in carving out the filibuster, right? We pass voting rights. Mark Elias gets most of the voter suppression laws overturned or thrown out or whatever, and we have massive turnout in November, leading to an historic Democratic victory. We hold on to both houses, the House and the Senate, and then we begin to do things like make statehood for D.C. and Puerto Rico. And as long as we're dreaming here, as long as we're daydreaming, we could also, possibly abolish the Electoral College. Is that far-reaching? Yeah. So who cares? I said this is best case. This is best case scenario. The reality is, what ends up happening could fall somewhere in the middle. Maybe it's not the end of the world as I, spelled out in our worst case scenario. And maybe it's not our pipe dream in the best case scenario. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle. But all I know is that we need to hold the House and we need to hold the Senate. We cannot count. Trust me here when I say, do not get your hopes wrapped up in the Voting Rights Act being passed. Just being straight with you. Being straight. We might have to, buckle down and do this old school way. We might have to just boost our turnout somehow boost the turnout numbers and show up and defeat them in spite of all their voter suppression. And that's all I have to say about that. What do you guys think? You guys scared? I'm a little nervous. I'll be honest with you. I'm nervous. And Corey Lord says, let's be positive, BDD. We can refer to the people who are fighting alongside us if we want our morale to increase. I hear you. I hear my brother. But when you come to this show, my intent is always to be straight with you, as straight as I can possibly give it to you, right? You know, we have plenty of echo chambering and cheerleading and stuff out there on the Twitter. This show, I like you guys to know how I am feeling, one way or the other. Am I optimistic that we can win and that the best case scenario can happen? Yeah, but I'm also realistic too. So I expect the worst, hope for the best. Hope for the best, expect the worst, whatever. Managing expectations. All right, let's jump on into my favorite part of the show, which is the guessing game, Guess the Word. So, how does this game work? I'm going to give you for instance, a little trial run here. I picked up one of these little guessing game things at the store. It's a card, right? So this card has a bunch of things, bunch of pictures on it, right? So if you were to think of one word that represents all 4 pictures on this card, what would that one word be? Go ahead and put it out there. Go ahead and take a guess. What is this one? What are these 4 pictures? What word unites these 4 images? Okay, I see Cindy C. and Scribble My Dibbles, Lee Saunders, Sherry Scary, Philosophy. Everybody is guessing vowel. And you know what? Wait. Okay, well, vowel is correct. For some reason, it's blurring out. It says vowel here. Yeah? So you guys got it. You got it. Okay. Let's get started with the first set of pictures. Oh, fun fact. One of our friends here joined us on the show the other day. And he plays the piano, and he volunteered. He was like, hey, BDD, if you want, I can play that Jeopardy song for you on the show. And I thanked him for that. But you know how iffy YouTube is, and they hit me for copyright things all the time. So anyway, I think I've seen enough. I've seen a bunch of people answer, and let's see, what do we have here? We were looking for spring. Spring, and let's see. Garden Always is at the top with spring, followed by Nurse Mitch, Samantha Brakefield, Samantha Hawkins. You Samanthas, you got it together. I love it. Meredith Powell, Jen Murphy, Ness from Connecticut, Julianne Goutier, Laurie B., Fox Hill Dreams, Bernadette, Susie Brizuela, Cha Cha, Grab Life by the Cherries, Cindy C., Maital Cabelli, Misha Oliver, Sarah B., the Trump Reaper, Bernadette Ramos, Jamie from Wisconsin. Good job, you guys. Good job. Good job. That was very good. You did it. All right. Next up, here's the next one. These, I saw these. First of all, I love this game. I've been playing it here at home, with wifey and with the kids. These are not necessarily as easy as you would think. Every time I say some shit like that, you guys are like, nope, you're wrong. I've seen enough. Yeah, we were looking for pets. And fun fact, those of you who know me and know the show and know the family, you know that that is a picture of Rain, our pup. She's so lovely. She is adorable. Let's see. At the top, we have Lee Saunders, followed by Sylvia Correa, Meredith Powell, Cecile Kazemi, Nurse Mitch, Gavin Rutherford, Asmila J, Sherry Scary, Michelle Bookout, Harry Paratestes, Guarded Always, Cindy C, Julianne Gauthier, Samantha Brakefield, Samantha Hawkins, Ness from Connecticut, you're off by a letter. I think you were trying to say pets. You wrote let's. Sheila Bird, Jen Murphy, Fox Hill Dreams, Cha Cha, Bernadette, Laurie B. Good job, you guys. Very good job. Hold on. I am cooking in here. Whew. That heater is working. Here's the next one. Rent, doom doom. Let's see. This one appears to be a little more difficult. I'm seeing answers here. Some answers. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This picture is making me hungry. These pretzels are making me thirsty. See enough. We were looking for pieces. And yeah, that piece of cake in that picture. Can I tell you guys? Oh my God, last night. So this was a clear oversight by both me and wifey, but we still have like snacks, like goodies, like sweets in the kitchen cabinets. So last night I was looking for a snack because that's what I've been doing for the past 5 months, maybe past year, whatever. I'm late night snacker. So this is tough. Like the midnight hour, that's when I put on the pounds. And I just went in there last night and so many things. Let's see. Okay, at the top I have Maureen Otto, followed by Luppy Girl, Susie Brizuela, Meredith Powell. I can't read out some of these. Valerie G. Meeks Bees, what's wrong with you, man? Let's see. Monique Lee, Samantha Brakefield, Samantha Hawkins. The Samanthas, they did it again. You guys are great. Cindy C, Nurse Mitch, Teresa Plash, Bernadette, Harry Paratestes, Marie from New Jersey, Garden Always, Bernadette Ramos, Misha Oliver, Jen Murphy, Maital Cabelli, Cecile Kazemi. Good job, you guys. Good job. Oh, I see Pam Ham too. Okay, next up. Yes, Meek Speeds, I do accept you for your immaturity. It's fun. It's really fun. Lee Saunders says it's psychological. You have to not eat after 7 p.m. Let me tell you something. By 9 p.m., I'm ready to chew my own arm off. For real. Philosophy. It's not even possible that I look thinner through the face. It's only been 3 days. It's not even possible. With this, how can you tell with this beard? Okay. I've seen enough. I love that cowbell. I love it. What have I been doing my whole life without cowbell? I would like to introduce cowbell into my normal mundane tasks. You know, going to the supermarket when it's my turn to put the items on the thing. I'll be like, all right. We were looking for pear. Pear. You guys are super duper smart. At the top, we have Cindy C, Veronica Tello, Harry Paratestes, Jen Murphy, Lori B, Nurse Mitch, Bernadette, Meredith Powell, Garden Always, Mytel Cabelli, Samantha Hawkins, Lee Saunders, Samantha Brakefield. Oh, Samantha's got broken up. Julianne Gauthier, Sheila Bird, Susie Brizuela, The Trump Reaper, Sarah B, Bernadette Ramos, Cha Cha, Michelle Bookout, Maureen Otto, Nest from Connecticut, Stella Baxter, Sylvia Correa, Kathleen Cross, Valerie G, Sherry Scary. Good job, you guys. Very good. Very, very good. Philosophy is asking the question, if we aren't meant to have midnight snacks, why are there lights in the fridge? Excellent question. Next up. Maybe this one not so easy for all you smarty pants out there. This one, I believe this one may be a bit of a challenge. I think it may be a bit of a challenge. Perhaps. All righty. Once again, not a challenge for you guys. I've seen enough. We're looking for signs. Signs. And let's see, who do we got here at the top? We have Susie Brizuela, followed by Lee Saunders, Cecile Kazemi, Meredith Powell, Monique Lee, Misha Oliver, Maureen Otto, Nurse Mitch, Julianne Gauthier, Foxhill Dreams, Asmila J, Sheila Bird, Jen Murphy, Mytal Cabelli, Bernadette Ramos, Jamie from Wisconsin, Cindy C, Luppy Girl, Veronica Tello, Corey Lord, Samantha Hawkins, Bernadette, Michelle Bookout, Cha Cha, Valerie G, Kathleen Cross. Good job, you guys. Very good. Okay, I gotta move it on a little bit quicker. Here's our next one. The very best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Roberta Douglas says she can't see them. I'm so sorry. So sorry for that. I did try to increase the contrast of these without losing too much detail. My apologies. Perhaps it might be the angle at which you're holding your device. Maybe try changing the angle a little bit. Or if you're looking at a laptop, maybe change the angle of the screen. I don't know. I'm sorry. I do the best I can with these graphics. I have seen enough. And we were looking for drops. Drops. Left the S off there. So who's at the top here? We got Susie Brizuela. It's not P. Followed by Misha Oliver, Jamie from Wisconsin, Maureen Otto, Meredith Powell, Jen Murphy, Garden Always, Lee Saunders, Lori B, Valerie G, Nurse Mitch, Veronica Tello, The Trump Reaper, Fox Hill Dreams, Cindy C, Jamie from Wisconsin, Misha Oliver, Cha Cha, Ness from Connecticut, Maital Cabelli, Samantha Hawkins, Monique Lee, Meredith Powell, Cecile Kazemi, Asmila J, Julianne Goutier, Samantha Brakefield. Good job, you guys. Very good. Next up. Oh, by the way, you guys. Hey, there's Eagle Star taking a guess at this. I love it that you are guessing. And I imagine that you're not having an easy time with this guessing game. Eagle Star says, raindrops falling on my head. Raindrops keep falling on my head. La da da dee dee da 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 rap ba da ba deep. Oh. Let's see. Raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep falling. Oh, I just did me some talking to the sun. All right, I have seen enough. Nothing seems to fit. Fly. We were looking for fly. And let's see, who do I have at the top here? Jen Murphy is at the top, followed by Jamie from Wisconsin, Fox Hill Dreams, Misha Oliver, Garden Always, Samantha Brakefield, Meredith Powell, Nurse Mitch, The Trump Reaper, Bernadette, Julianne Goutier, Leah, Maital Capelli, Valerie G, Cha Cha, Cecile Kazemi, Sylvia Correa, Sarah B, Samantha Hawkins, Susie Brizuela, Bernadette Ramos, Lisa Hathaway, Kathleen Cross, Robin Wims Gamonida, says flying. That's pretty close. Monique Lee, Teresa Plash. Good job, you guys. Good job. Good job indeed. And yes, Asmila J, that was fly fishing. Fly fishing. Okay. Here's the next one. In my opinion, wait, let me not even say what I'm going to say, because every time I say that, you guys guess it right away. What I do want to say is that our next guessing game, you guys, I can't even wait. Can't even wait. Can't even wait to spring it on you. It's going to be fun. And right off the bat, I see, well, I'll just hold on to what I'm saying, what I was going to say. But the next guessing game is a lot of fun. And Meek Spees, you are correct. It does involve Jethro Tull. That's all I'm going to say. It's all I'm going to say, but it's going to be fun. And I've seen enough because nobody have answered this correctly. Oh, wait a minute. Technically, I do have some correct guesses, right? I was looking for right, but technically it was writing. There were some people writing. So those who gave me writing, we got Misha Oliver, Sherry Scary, The Trump Reaper. Yep. Okay. That was it. Don't feel bad, guys. I did stump you. Hooah! All right, here's the next one. I will admit, this picture in particular is hard for me to see, and I'm looking at it on my computer. I did this one myself. As Mila J says, a lot of us took a hard L on that one. That damn Alaskan says, you didn't give me enough time to be right, damn it. Julianne Goutier says, finally, Jethro Tull. Yeah. Okay. Well, look at you guys. Ha! Very good. I have seen enough. I was looking for ring. Ring, ring, ring. Indeed. I thought that was difficult because the picture, very poor contrast. I don't know what the hell happened on that one. Okay, let's see. We got at the top Jen Murphy, followed by Meredith Powell, Fox Hill Dreams, Jamie from Wisconsin, Valerie G, Nurse Mitch, Sheila Bird, Maureen Otto, Jamie from Wisconsin. I feel like I got you already. Susie Brizuela, Samantha Brakefield, Misha Oliver, Maitel Cabelli, That Damn Alaskan, Julianne Goutier, Asmila J, Cindy C, Lisa Hathaway, Sherry Scary, Bernadette, Lumpy Girl, Ness from Connecticut, the Trump Reaper, Monique Lee, Garden Always. Good job, you guys. Okay, here is the next and final one. Are you ready? Here we go. 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 Dun-dun-dun. In a room full of strangers. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Standing in the dark. Dun-dun-dun. Well, I had to follow you, but you did not want me to. Not love you. Hanging it on in the nights on Broadway, singing enough songs. All right, I've seen enough. Unfortunately, I haven't seen enough correct answers, but I was looking for athlete, and I believe I've got one, maybe two correct answers, and it was not butt stuff. Let's see. Meredith Powell with athlete, and Sherry Scary very close with athletics. But good job on this game, you guys. You guys are fantastic. You're fantastic. Thank you for playing the latest entry of the guessing game with me. Trump Reaper says this game is harder than the music ones. I bet you some people might beg to differ. See, this one, it's pretty objective, right? Whereas, the music guessing game, I'm a shitty singer, so it's often hard to tell. Is BrooklynDad just singing off key? I don't know that song. Anyway, thank you for playing with me. Last but not least, we have you, Raggedy Bish.
Raggedy Bish.
Excuse me. And today's You Raggedy Bish is the United Kingdom's slightly smarter version of the former guy who has been under fire for quite some time now. but the pitchforks are out. And now that he's been found guilty of the old rules for thee, but not for me, Boris Johnson, aside from the fact that he's just got a ridiculous hairdo, there's more serious issues at hand. Specifically, since the COVID era has begun, London has seen its fair share of lockdowns, not unlike the United States. The difference is Boris Johnson, who is primarily responsible for, making that lockdown happen, he went and invited a whole bunch of people to his place on Downing Street for a party. 100 people he invited. He invited 100 people. Fortunately, 100 people did not show up. Unfortunately, enough people showed up. This party was like a bring your own booze type thing. It was bring your own booze, right? This jackass has the audacity to say he didn't know it was a party. What? Dude, you sent out the invites. You told them bring your own booze. That's not a work meeting. You bring coffee or tea and crumpets, whatever, But look, this pandemic is a serious thing. And it's hard enough. It is hard enough to get everybody on the same page because there's all these conspiracy theories around and about. And if you are flouting the seriousness of this pandemic by saying, well, shoot, the rest of them need to follow those laws, not me, you're hurting the cause. You're hurting the cause for everybody. Jackass. Seriously, I didn't like this dude from the first time he stepped on the scene. But, he's a liar. And here's an interesting fact is that in England, they don't have to impeach him. Oh, excuse me. Lee Saunders saying, and then lying repeatedly about it. That's the worst. That's the worst thing. It's not just the doing it. Thank you for that. But it's also lying about it. So luckily for England, they don't have to impeach him. There's not this whole complicated process to remove him. They can actually remove him a lot easier than we can remove a president here in the United States. So yeah, he might have just partied in his last party. Who knows? But yeah, I think he needs to go. Am I wrong, Lee Saunders? Does he not need to go? Is the person who would take his place even worse than him? The devil versus the devil you don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't pay enough attention to British politics. It's always been very complicated to me with the houses in Parliament. It's hey, Veronica Tello. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the generous donation. Gavin Rutherford, folks. Gavin Rutherford says he needs to go. So does Maital Cabelli. Nurse Mitch says he's a hot mess. Meek Speed says his hair looks like someone who just pulled their head out of their own ass. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. Hey, Punxsutawney Mo is back. Parents taken care of. Wifey good. Lee Saunders, how many parties are there in Britain? That's a good question. I would like to know that. But guys, thank you so much. That is our show for the day. I appreciate you guys, as always, being here. I am going to go into my living room and gingerly lay down on the couch, attempt to keep the pain at bay as much as possible. I will let you guys know if I'm gonna be here on Friday. It's not a slam dunk. I'm letting you guys know now. The back is painful enough. I don't know what I need to do to fix this thing. Cha-cha! Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the kind, generous donation. Try a heating pad. Past 2 nights, I've been sleeping with the heating pad. First night, I had it on medium, did me no good. Last night, I put it on hot, and I did feel that, but then hot was too hot. So, yeah. Lee Saunders with the answer says there are 3 main conservative, liberal, and labor. Then all the regional parties, Scottish, Welsh, etc. Philosophy says no heat won't help. All right, you guys, listen. If you gotta go out tonight, please make sure you are vaccinated and or boosted. Not and or, vaccinated and boosted. Wear your mask, and the guidance on masks is that the cloth masks are no longer acceptable. You have to get the N95 and et cetera, et cetera. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. That's still good. And have a relaxing, nice evening. So as you know, won't be here tomorrow. I will let you know one way or the other. I will let you guys know if Friday is a go. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm optimistic that this back issue, it's been coming and going for decades. I've been dealing with this, so we shall see. Okay, so if you do see me Friday, I will be here, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Hey. Boom. Hey, did we only have one troll tonight? Tina G? Moderators? Did we have just that one guy? That one troll? Hey! Philosophy, you are correct. Do you have, I think, 2 herniated discs? Thank you, Misha. Thank you for the confirmation. Hey! Philosophy saying I can fix my herniated discs. That is interesting. I did not know that. Lee Saunders, I am glad to be able to cheer you up today. I was looking forward to your reaction to doing the thing on Boris Johnson. Thank you, that damn Alaskan. Meek Speed says, slam your ween in a door, you'll forget about your back. Yeah. All right, let's see. We got a message from our friend Eagle Star 747. Says, hey, don't forget, I can be found at Vicente _job. Vicente, VICENTE _JOB. Thank you, Eagle Star, for tuning in. We hope to see you again in the next show, whether that's Friday or Monday. You guys will know. All right, you guys. Thank you again. And now it's that time. You need